I may be an OBGYN, but this week's video is for the guys. Today, I'm talking about the 5 ways that you can avoid getting your partner pregnant, so stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Dr. Jennifer Lincoln, board-certified OBGYN, author, and educator, and my channel is the health class you wish you had in high school, but you didn't, so we're doing it now. If you are not already subscribed, go ahead and do so. Turn on the bell so you never miss an upload, and follow me along at Dr. Jennifer Lincoln on TikTok and Instagram, where I'm having fun all week long. Okay, it is true, I am an OBGYN, but that does not mean I am not here for the guys. And I think it's really important to know how to avoid pregnancy all the time, but especially more so now with the fall of Roe and the ridiculous abortion restrictions we're seeing in states across the country. And so today, this video is for guys, those with penises, those who are having sex with women, and people who can get pregnant. And before you lose your you-know-what over all the inclusive language, like watch the video. Like if that's what you take from this video and you're upset about it, like you're missing the point. But what we're talking about is how not to get your partner pregnant. Okay, let's jump right in. Number 1. Probably the one that you all know and you think that I'm going to say. Yes, it's condoms. But let's talk a little bit more about condoms. So the first thing I need you to know is that they're not perfect. In fact, there's a 13% failure rate. And by failure, it means that your partner gets pregnant. Now you might say, well, Jen, when I see the perfect use rates, it's actually a much lower failure rate. Sure, but none of us are perfect, not even me. So I always cover what we call typical use rate because we're all typical. And in order for condoms to work, you have to use them correctly. You don't just put it on and you think you're good. It's important to note that if you're using lubrication with condoms, and lube is great and everyone should be using it, don't use oil-based lubes. So these are your oil-based lubes that you can buy in the store or online. Also things like Vaseline, olive oil, coconut oil, all of those things should be avoided because they can weaken the condom and make them break, and then they don't work. And in order to optimize your condom use, you gotta know these tips. Number 1, use a new one every time. I can't believe I have to say that, but yes, I do. Don't put on more than one. More is not always better. Check the expiration date before you use it. Yes, they expire, so check on the back. And don't think you can just get away with it. Note, this is important. It's important that you don't keep your condoms in your back pocket, somewhere where it's really hot, like your car, the glove box of your car, because that can weaken the material and make them break. You also want to make sure that when you do this, you feel that there's a little bit of air in here so you know that it hasn't been punctured. Obviously, holes are not good. And these do work better if you use a condom that has spermicide in it or use it with spermicide. That's great for vaginal sex. Don't use spermicide, obviously, if you're doing oral sex with a condom on or anal sex because it's not needed and it can lead to irritation. You need to put it on before the penis even gets close to the vagina or the vulva, like even is thinking about it. Because if you wait and there's a little bit of pre-cum, yes, you can get pregnant from that, then it doesn't matter when you put this on because there's already that exposure to sperm. So put it on before you even get close to that vulva, and after sex, make sure that you grasp the end of it and that it comes off. That way it doesn't slip off in the vagina. These are your responsibility. It's great if your partner has them too, but you should have these. And obviously these are important to use because they prevent exposure to sexually transmitted infections, but for sure, if this is the only thing you have for birth control, your partner's not on anything, even though there is that failure rate, something is better than nothing. The second thing you can do to prevent pregnancy is the withdrawal method. Now you might be saying, what? Dr. Jen says I should use the withdrawal method? No, I think it sucks, but if it's all you've got, it's better than nothing. And it's great if you're using it with something else, like with condoms or even on birth control. Why do I say it sucks? Because it has a 20% failure rate. And that's really high if you are really trying to not get your partner pregnant. And why is that failure rate so high? Because not everybody actually does it. You have to do it, and in the heat of the moment, sometimes you forget. And I did mention that pre-ejaculate does have some sperm in it, so that could be already leaking out into the vagina before you've even realized that you're about to ejaculate and you do pull out. So I use a word for people who use the withdrawal method only when it comes to birth control. I call them parents. So if you don't want to be one of those, don't rely on that. But again, something's better than nothing. The third thing you can do to help prevent your partner from getting pregnant is to avoid sex during their fertile window. What, Dr. Jen? You're saying that that's something I can do even though it's my partner's fertility that I need to worry about? Absolutely. If you know when your partner can get pregnant, then you can help them also know when they could get pregnant, and the two of you can work together to avoid vaginal sex during those times. Now, if you're like, fertile window, what is she talking about? Because I don't have a uterus and ovaries. I've never thought of that. I got you covered. Watch this video up here on what we call natural family planning or the fertility awareness method. In a nutshell, it's tracking things like when you're ovulating, when you're most likely to get pregnant and avoiding sex during that time. But there's a lot more to it than that, and I really want you to watch this video so you can understand it. And if your partner is not using birth control or doesn't want to use birth control or hormones or things like that, you can say, hey, hon, have you heard about natural family planning? And you guys could like watch it together. It'd be like a whole date night thing. Very romantic. I'll love it. Okay. The fourth thing you can do to help your partner not get pregnant is to buy Plan B. Yes, you, a guy, somebody who's making sperm, can purchase Plan B. There are no gender restrictions, sex restrictions. There are no age restrictions. You can get it. It's over the counter. You can get it online too. And when I say Plan B, there's lots of generics. I've got some videos here explaining kind of what all that is, and you can go ahead and watch that. But yes, you can get it. Whether or not you meant to have sex and there was an accident or the condom fell off or, something happened, getting this for your partner, having them take it as soon as possible, as close to sex, can help prevent pregnancy. The way that they work is they delay ovulation. These are totally safe for everybody. There's no medical reason your partner can't take it. And when it comes to Plan B and the generics that are Plan B, you need to take it within 72 hours or 3 days of that oopsie-daisy sex. So sooner is better. There's another version too called Ella. That's prescription only. So you could help your partner by encouraging her to get that ahead of time. If you go to my website, 3forfreedom.com, you can see websites that will ship this to you and give you a prescription. No, you can't get the prescription for yourself, but you can help them get it. And so yes, Plan B and a morning after pill and emergency contraception, you knowing about it and helping your partner get it is totally your job too. So help a girl out, help her not get pregnant, and get these medications if she needs them. The fifth and final thing you can do to help your partner from getting pregnant is, yes, get a vasectomy. There's a lot of information about vasectomies out there now more than ever with Roe falling and a lot of guys realizing, holy crap, I better do something here. But some of it's not so great information. So here are the facts about vasectomy. Yes, they're awesome. They're over 99% effective. They don't work right away, meaning that once you have the procedure, you usually have to wait about 3 months until all the sperm in your body flushes out, and then you can rely on it as a form of contraception. Now, a lot of people out there are like, go get a vasectomy. You can just get it reversed when you're ready to have kids. And I say, no, do not think like that. Vasectomies should not be treated as reversible, and here's why. The first reason is that doesn't always work. Now, you'll see some websites that say, oh yeah, there's a 95% chance that you can have them reversed. But the data actually shows it's maybe a little closer to like 50 to 95%. That's a huge range. And if you are somebody who down the road wants to have kids, that really sucks if you fall in the category of somebody whose reversal doesn't work. So you need to be sure that you are done having kids, or you don't ever want to have kids if you want a vasectomy. The other thing is that even if you try to have a reversal done, and even if it is successful, they can be expensive. These surgeries are not covered by insurance. And if you pay for that, and then it doesn't work, and then you need to do IVF in order to conceive a child, IVF is also really expensive. We're talking like tens of thousands of dollars. So super expensive. Vasectomies are great, but please, oh please, do not treat them as reversible. Now you might be saying, Dr. Jen, what about male birth control? Like yay condoms, yay vasectomies if we're sure, but like what can we do? And I've got you covered. I'm actually right after this video filming another one on a male birth control update. I will put the link to that video up here once that is up, but until then, stay tuned for that information, because the long and the short of it is we have no options for you yet. But I think they're coming. Get it? Coming. Okay, anyway, questions, comments, go ahead and drop them in the comment section below. I will put references and resources as always. And for the guys who are watching this video and who are really into helping their partners not get pregnant, I see you, I thank you, I welcome you. And I also ask that you continue to support the fight for reproductive rights, because abortion is healthcare and being able to access birth control is healthcare too. All right, everybody, stay safe out there.